Hello everyone, welcome back. So from this lecture we will learn use effect hooks. React use effect hook. So what is a use effect? Here first you see the definitions here. Use effect is a React hook that allow you to perform side effect in the functional component. Okay, and then we have the proper definition for it. Use effect let you run code after a component render. It is commonly used for fetching data. You see, it is used for fetching data, updating the DOMs, then setting the timers, and handling subscriptions. Okay, so this is the main task. So here, this is the main task of your use effect hook. This is a use effect hook. Okay, so we will see the also examples here. But you see here, why do we need use effects here? Without use effect, React components should only return the JSX. Okay, some tasks need to happen outside rendering, such as fetching API data, then setting up listeners, starting timer, set interval, then set timeout, then updating document titles, then clean up the resources it is used inside use effect at the bottoms. And then you see the syntax. Okay, syntax of your use effect here. You see, okay. What use effect? Then inside it here, this is the code that you run here. I mean, in here, code to run means you can fetch API data, setting up here event listener, set interval, set timeout, then updating document titles, and then at the bottoms here. I mean, this is here. This is it. Return. It is your cleanup functions. Okay, you have to use when whenever you use set interval, set timeout, you have to use in this cleanup code. Okay, so this is about your use effect hooks. Okay, and then we'll go to the next slide, and then you will see what we have. We have the examples here. Run once on component mount, and then run on every renders, run when state changes, and then fetch data from the API cleanup function. Okay, we will see all these 4 or 5 examples. So let's first here run once on component mount here. First example, and second, and third, and fourth, and fifth. Okay, so let's open the VS Code and then check it here one by one. So this is okay. So you have to check this is inside SRC, then inside SRC, inside A, this one. Okay, so this is all your previous code. Let me comment all that. Let me copy all that. That is the things, and then I'm going to work on this one. Okay, first component. Here you have to comment this external CSS. So you see, I mean, I'm going to create a component and then import inside it. We will render here, and you will really understand all this. So inside here, inside SRC, create a new files. What? A file name that is you can write use effect. Here that here use. So this is your file name. You can just write use. Okay, that is fine. It is JSX. And then inside here you have to implement as use effect, and then we okay, and then functions, and then it is app. Okay, this is inside it here. It is use effect, and then inside here it is return inside h1, then write hello react. Okay, so this is your use effect hook, and then inside it write console.log, then it is component mounted. Okay, so what are the things you have to write? Export default functions. Okay. Okay, here export default app. Now this file you have to import inside app. Now here you have to import your use.jsx inside app.jsx. Yes, use from then dot forward slash it is use, and then you have to render this file, your use component. Okay, and then if everything is going well, so okay, let me execute inside your browser. This is here, copy this 5173. So I am going to execute inside the browser. So here I am going to execute in the browser, and it is here localhost, it is 5173. It is 5173. Now you see here, hello, react, and then the here main thing you have to check what this is your use component inside it. Here console.log component mounted. So this is here. I'm going to see here in the console what component mounted for it. So here it is. You see here empathy dependency. This is here you see this one empathy dependency area means it is run only once when the component mount. So whenever your components enter, then this use effect run, and that's why you will see here component mounted in the console. Here this console component mounted because of this console.log and component mounted here. This is use effect. It will be executed only once when this is a empathy dependency array. And then okay, this is example for okay. This is your first example. You can write here comment. This is runs one component mount. Okay, so this is your first example. Now copy this and then paste it, and then we have to execute, and then second example, this one here, run on every render, this one, and then inside it here it will run on every render means what here you have to remove this dependency array. Okay, here in each effect you have to just understand about only one thing, this empathy dependency. Here use effect accept two argument. First one is a function, you see it. This is here. First one, it is a function, arrow function. You can see here. This is arrow function. Then second argument, it is a dependency array. This one. Okay. So now here what happens if you do not put the dependency array here? Here you see here, it is just what no dependency array provided. Okay. It means here you execute the effect after every renders. This one. So let me check it. This is the thing, and then you have to refresh, and then you see here component mounted. Here you have to write, change the text. Here it runs after it is every render. Okay, and then here let me refresh it, and you see here, it is runs after every renders. Okay, and then next it is here your example chart, run when state changes. So whenever state changes, okay, let me copy, and then here you have to, this is next example, run when state changes. Here run when state changes. Okay, so this is your third example, run when state changes. This is here, run when state changes, and then here's let's write the example. This is here, let me remove this, and then inside h1 tag here write the count, and then button, and then you increment it, and then here you will write on click, that is here set count, and then count plus 1. Okay, this is here, and then here you define the states. import use state, then use effect, okay, from the React, and then inside here it is count, here const, then count set count is equal to use state, and then it is a 0 you have to define, and then here what is the meaning of here run when state changes? This is simple thing. It is count, copy these functions, and then so this one here, use here whenever count changes, this is the thing, and then here you will write the text count changed, then it is count, okay. So you say use effect console.log count changes, then count here. Let me check it here inside your application. Okay, already has been declared. I mean on the top we have already, this is here. So you have to comment this and then check it here again. Let me refresh it, and now you see count changes 0. Okay. So what happened meaning of this? This use effect here. You see you have to focus on this one use effect. Okay. Whenever count changes, I mean whenever your value increment, okay, this is count plus 1. So it means here this count, okay, initial you see count value is 0, but whenever you click on this button, then it will be increment by 1. This is 0 plus 1, it means 1. So when it changes, you see its value. By default it is 0 value, you know, but whenever you click on this button, then this value will be 1. So it means its value changes this count from 0 to 1. Then this use effect execute. Okay. Then again if you click on this button, then again its value changes, and then here you see this use effect execute again. Here you check this is count changes 0, and then if you click you see count changes 1. Okay, you see this text, I mean inside use effect here, this one. Okay, it will be execute whenever count changes, then you see count changes. Okay, it again and again re-renders. Got it? So this is about you understand when here run when state changes. Got it? And then here run once on the component mount, then next here run on every render. Run on every render means here if you remove this, so let me remove it. Okay, so here you see it is an empty dependency like this. Here you see in this example run on every render. Now you will really understand here. Okay, if you remove this dependency arrays, then you see here, let me refresh, and then you see here whenever you click, then you see here it run on every render. I mean this is here. If you remove this, okay, you see here we don't have dependency array. This is like here this one. Okay, here we don't have, then it will be re-render on every render whenever changes. You see, okay, count 6, 8, 9, 10. You see it will be, now you see count changes. So it means this here if you do not put dependency array, then it will be run on every render whenever your component renders. Okay, so this is about your all these 3 examples. Here you have to comment. Here you understand about your run when state changes, then run on every render, then run once on the component mount. Okay, it is just here. Let me again explain. This is here when we have just here when we have just here, I mean I'm talking about here runs on the component mount. You really understand here. Copy this, and then in this component let me put it here, and then here you put it. Then now you will easily understand. It means it will run only once. It means increment. Okay, you see here it is only once. It will be mounted only once. You see it is just only one time because of this dependency arrays. Okay, now I'm going to fetch your data using the use effect. So we have another example. Let me copy here, then comment, and now it is a 4th example. This is a 4th example about here. This is fetch data from API. This is here. Okay. Then inside it, I'm going to change it. What const it is users, then set users, it is equal to it is user state, and then it is empty dependency, and then inside it here, let me fetch your data. You know about it, fetching data. So inside here, fetch, and then inside it dot, then here response dot JSONs. Okay, not here, it is only response dot JSON, then dot, then here set users, and then put it data here. Okay, then inside here data, and then here we need the, let me go to the online and then find about JSON placeholder, and then from there we need the, this is, we need users. So this is 10 users. You have to copy this. Let me copy this. Then inside here you have data in this state set user, and then now I'm going to, this will be executed only one time because of this dependency. Alright, then inside it here it is div, and then div. Then you know about map function in the JavaScript. So users dot map function, and then inside our functions here users, and then here inside p tag. Okay, what we have here, write user dot name. Okay, inside this is here key, it is equal to user dot id. Okay, user dot name means this is here we have all the 10 user, you see, and here I want just username. This is here username, then this is username, then this is the username, and then this is here this username. Okay, then this is the username, and then this is the here username. Got it? So this is here users dot map p is equal to user id, then user dot name, and then check it here how it looks. Let me refresh it. This is not defined. Why? Response is not defined. I know that here you got it here, your response. Then check it. Let me refresh, and you see here you are the name. I mean this username here, this one. Even you can print the IDs. This is here. You have to. Okay, you cannot use this symbol. So users dot IDs, and then check it here. Let me refresh, and you see this is one user, second user, third user, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth, ninth, 10, total 10 users. We have already here. You have to check the IDs. This is here at 10. Okay, it means we have the 10 users. Got it? So here what happened, let me explain the code again. This is component mount. Okay, only one. Okay, only first time when your component renders. This is here useEffect. Okay, it's render only one, and API request is sent here. So inside your application, all this data you got it from this one here, placeholder.typecode.com users. Okay, from here this is your online site. Okay, from there you got all this your JSON data inside your applications here from online to your applications. So this is the things here, useEffect, and then JSON, and then it is your data for it. Here you just start map user, then p key, it is equal to user dot id, and this is user dot names. Okay, and then data is stored in the state. Your data here, this is your response dot JSON, means this data here. This is your JSON data. Okay, response dot JSON data you have to store in this state. This is set user functions. Okay, then you will see your all the data inside this user current state, and then you have to just use the map function. You know about map function in the JavaScript. You just start map user, then here you have to print, print user.id, and then it is equal to user.name. Got it? User.id is equal to the user.name here. That is the fine. Okay. And then here UI renders with fetched data. So this is your fourth example. Now go to the next one. Here cleanup functions. This is your last example. So let me copy this. Here copy this and comment. Then here's next example. This is here 5 cleanup functions. Okay, inside it here. Let me remove this all that code and then all that code. Now inside here. Okay, here is useEffect, and then here make it our functions, and then it is a here empty dependency, means it will be run only once. Okay, inside here. Okay, this is the const, and then interval, and then inside here. Okay, here this is your second. Okay, here's something wrong. Let me remove that, and then here write the const, and then interval, it is equal to set interval, and then inside here. Okay, this is here. Okay, for the 1 second, this is here. Write the const and then interval. Okay, not interval. Inside it here, just console dot logs, and then you write it is running. Okay, and main thing is, whenever you use set interval or set timeout, then you have to must clean up this function, otherwise it causes a memory leak issue. Okay, just you have to keep in mind, whenever you use set interval or set timeout, then you have to clean up. Okay, this is, you already know about the syntax. Just return keyword, and then it is a lot of functions inside here. Clear interval, and then put it here your interval, and then you write what console dot log, you write timer clear. Here you will write that is a clear interval, and then interval console dot log timer clear. So this is the, and then inside here you have to put inside h1 what timer component. So this is your cleanup function. You already know in the slide here. If you use set timeout, then here you have to write set, clear set timeout function. If you use set interval, then clear interval, and then this is the variable. Okay, so this is about your cleanup function. Let me go to the browser, and then let me refresh it, and then it is running 3 times, 4 times. Okay, and then after running, it will be automatically here clear. Okay, time clear. You see it is, it is running because you have put this useEffect execute after 1 second. Okay, every interval, like 1 second, then after 2 seconds, after 3 seconds, after 4 seconds, it will be execute. Okay, so this is about your time interval. So this is about your set intervals, and now here you will understand also cleanup function. Let me go to the back here. You know about the the logic about cleanup here. Just here you have to return inside it here, inside our function, and then your cleanup code, and it is optional. So okay, it is optional. You have to use your cleanup function whenever you use like a timer function, like set timeout. Okay, then set interval functions like that, then you have to must execute this is your cleanup functions. Okay, otherwise no need of this cleanup code. Okay, so here cleanup function run before component and mount and before effect reruns. So this prevent memory leak problems. Okay, so it is all about your useEffect, and then Here you see your component dependency array cases. You see all that. Like no array means run after every renders here, and then if we have the just a dependency array like this is square bracket, then run once on the component mount, and then if we have that this state hook here any value, so whenever the value changes, then again here run when count changes. The next it is a count, and if inside this empty dependency array, okay, if we have the two values in this array bracket, then it will be run when count or name changes. Okay, if count changes, then again your use effect execute here, or if your name changes, then your use effect execute here. Okay, run when count or name changes. So this is all about your use effect. Thank you. I will see you in the next lectures.